Very good morning to all my dear students. Welcome to St. Angeles Public School, Bagpat, online economics classes. As you know that we are working from our home. So my dear students, today we are going to discuss chapter number 8, income determination and multiplier. What is income determination means? Income determination means equilibrium level. Equilibrium level in an economy. So there are two approaches for determination of equilibrium level, or you can say income determination. First approach is aggregate demand and aggregate supply approach. Means first approach is aggregate supply and aggregate demand, and second saving and investment approach. My dear students, means this approach and this approach means both are most important for board exam, for your board exam. So please try to understand means this approach, and please try to understand this approach and this approach means carefully. I hope all of you have understood. Today we will discuss this approach. Today we will discuss this approach means aggregate demand and aggregate supply approach. See, now according to the according to the Keynesian theory, according to the Keynesian theory, equilibrium level in an economy is determined economy is determined economic is determined when aggregate demand means C plus I. Aggregate demand means C plus I, and aggregate supply aggregate supply aggregate supply means C plus S. Aggregate supply means C plus S equal to each other, is equal to each other. See, according to the Keynesian theory, equilibrium level in an economy is determined when aggregate demand means C plus I is equal to the is equal to each other, is equal to each other. Now see, symbolically you can say AD is equal to AS. Symbolically you can say AD equal to AS. Now see, we can write this definition in other words also. See, in other words, we can say in simple terms, in other words. See, equilibrium level of income is determined equilibrium level of income is determined where you can say aggregate demand, you can say planned demand is equal to the planned output you can say write equal to the aggregate supply, aggregate supply, or you can say planned output, planned output. So this is the definition of means aggregate demand, aggregate supply approach. Equilibrium level of income is determined where aggregate demand means planned demand, or you can write here planned expenditure, planned expenditure. Because you know that, please try to understand aggregate demand, aggregate demand. See, aggregate demand is known as planned expenditure, planned expenditure is known as total planned expenditure, and planned demand, planned demand. I hope all of you have understood what is the means, what are the other names of aggregate demand: planned expenditure, total planned expenditure, planned demand. And aggregate supply means this is planned supply means, or you can say planned output. Planned output means all these are same and all these are same. See, I hope all of you have understood. See, according to the creation theory, equilibrium level in an economy is determined when aggregate demand means C plus I. What is the formula of aggregate demand means C plus I, and aggregate supply means C plus S is equal to each other. Symbolically, we can say that AD is equal to AS. AD is equal to AS. In other words, equilibrium level of income is determined where aggregate demand means planned demand, you can say planned expenditure, is equal to the aggregate supply means planned output. So this is the definition of aggregate demand and aggregate supply approach. After this we will discuss this approach, or you can say after this we are going to discuss this approach with the help of schedule and diagram. Please pause the video and note down this. See, according to this approach, equilibrium level of income is determined where aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. According to this approach, equilibrium level of income is determined where planned expenditure is equal to planned output. You can say aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. So in short term, you can write AD is equal to AS. AD is equal to AS. AD is means C plus I and AS means C plus S. See, now after this we are going to make a table of, make the schedule of this approach. See, first of all you will take income. You will take income in rupees. Then after you will take consumption in rupees. This is Y and this is C. Then after you will take investment. This is I. Then after you will take saving, means S. Then after you will take right here AD is equal to AS. AD means C plus I, AS means C plus S. Saving. Then after you will take AD. Then after you will take AS. Then after you will take remarks. See, take income. You will start income from 0, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 and 600. So this is the income level. See, then after you will take consumption. Always remember, consumption always starts from positive value. So you know that how will you take the value of consumption. All of you know that because we have discussed in chapter number 7. We have discussed in chapter number 7 how will you take value of consumption. How will you take the value of consumption? So I'm taking here 40, 120, 200, 280, 360, 440, 520. This is the value, this is the value of consumption. Now after this you will take value of investment. All of you know that how will you take value of investment, because we have discussed in chapter number 7. But see, again I am telling you, see, autonomous consumption is 40. Autonomous consumption is 40 at zero level of income. So you will take investment, means a value of investment half of this value, means 20. So you will take 20 at all levels of income, at all levels of income. I hope all of you have understood. Means you will take a value of investment half of autonomous, half of the value of autonomous consumption. Suppose 60 is there, you will take 30. Suppose 50 is there, you will take 25. Suppose 40 is there, so I'm taking here 40, then I will so that's why I'm taking here 20 at all levels of income. See, what is the formula of saving? See, as you know that y is equal to c plus s. All of you know that because we have discussed in chapter number 7, y is equal to c plus s. And what is the formula of saving according to this? Y minus c. So saving is equal to means y minus c. Y minus c. See, 0 minus 40 means minus 40. 100 minus 120 means minus 20. 200 minus 200, 0, 20, 40, 60, 80. I hope all of you have understood how will you calculate value of saving. How will you calculate